Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Natalie Portman, Biography. Natalie Portman, born Natalie Hershlag on June 9, 1981, in Jerusalem, Israel, is an acclaimed actress, filmmaker, and producer known for her intelligence, versatility, and long-lasting impact on modern cinema. Early life. Portman was born to an Israeli father and an American mother. When she was 3 years old, her family moved to the United States, eventually settling in New York. From a young age, she showed great interest in performing arts and took dance lessons, later attending theater camps. Despite early success in acting, she prioritized education. She attended Harvard University, where she earned a degree in psychology, balancing intense academic work with an already flourishing acting career. Acting career breakthrough, 1994 to 1999. At age 12, Portman made her film debut in Léon, The Professional, immediately earning attention for her emotional depth and maturity. Her major breakthrough came when she was cast as Padmé Amidala in the Star Wars prequel trilogy, which brought her worldwide fame. Critical success and awards, 2000s to 2010s. Portman continued taking challenging roles in independent films and dramas. She received critical acclaim for performances in films like Closer, 2004, which earned her a Golden Globe Award, V for Vendetta, 2005, where she famously shaved her head for the role. Her defining moment came with Black Swan, 2010. Her gripping performance as a troubled ballerina earned her the Academy Award for Best Actress, as well as numerous other awards worldwide. The physical and emotional transformation she underwent for the role remains one of the most celebrated acting achievements of her generation. Recent work. Portman has remained a prominent figure in both Hollywood and independent cinema. She returned to blockbuster work in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, portraying Jane Foster, and later reprising the character in a superhero role. Directing and producing. Portman has also moved behind the camera. She made her directorial debut with a short film, later directing her first feature based on an Israeli novel. Her growing work as a producer reflects her interest in socially conscious stories and strong female characters. Advocacy and personal life. Portman is known for her advocacy off-screen. She has been active in causes involving women's rights and equality, environmental activism, animal welfare. She became vegetarian at a young age and later adopted a vegan lifestyle. She is multilingual and speaks English and Hebrew, among other languages. Portman balances her professional life with motherhood and continues to choose roles that challenge industry norms. Why she stands out. Natalie Portman is admired because she maintained academic excellence while being a working actress, seamlessly moves between independent art films and major franchises, pursues meaningful advocacy and social impact, continues evolving as an artist, both in front of and behind the camera. Natalie Portman, expanded biography. Early interests and path into acting. Natalie Portman's early life was shaped by discipline and focus. She has often said she wasn't motivated by dreams of fame but by the love of learning and storytelling. As a child, she was academically driven and known to be studious. She studied ballet and modern dance, performed in local productions, and even worked as a model briefly, but turned down lucrative modeling opportunities because she preferred acting. When she was discovered by a talent scout in a pizza restaurant, she used the opportunity to begin auditioning, eventually landing her role in Léon, The Professional. Even at 12, she insisted on having her scenes handled with care and professionalism. She demonstrated emotional maturity and set boundaries, signaling early on that she would control her image and career. Career evolution. Establishing herself as a serious actress after Star Wars brought her global recognition, Portman strategically chose projects that would prove her range. In the years that followed, she gravitated toward emotionally complex, sometimes darker roles. Notable films from this period include Cold Mountain Garden State Closer V for Vendetta. These films explored themes like grief, identity, moral ambiguity, and rebellion. She became known for her willingness to transform herself physically or psychologically for a role. Black Swan, a career-defining masterpiece. Her preparation for Black Swan was intense. 1 year of ballet training, 5 to 8 hours per day, strict diet and physical regimen, learning to dance and point and perform demanding choreography. Her psychological commitment to the role was equally formidable, and the film became a turning point. It established her as one of the most fearless and dedicated actors of her generation. Producer and filmmaker. Beyond acting, Portman has built a career in filmmaking. She has directed short films, music videos, and a feature film. Her work behind the camera often centers on personal narratives, cultural identity, and complex female protagonists. She is drawn to stories that say something about society, and especially about women's inner lives. Personal life, philosophy and activism. Academic and intellectual identity. Graduating from Harvard with a degree in psychology is part of her story. But what stands out is how she views intelligence and curiosity as core parts of her identity. She has published academic work and has been involved in research studies. Even during her time at Harvard, at the height of her acting fame, she was known for prioritizing her education. She once said, "I'd rather be smart than a movie star." Advocacy. Portman's activism is consistent and multifaceted. Environmentalism. She is vocal about sustainable living and reducing carbon footprint. Animal rights. She has spoken widely about ethical eating and the impact of consumer choices. Women's rights. She supports equal pay and improved representation for women in film. Education and humanitarian causes. She has worked with programs supporting girls' education globally. She is respected not only for speaking out, but for participating directly in policy discussions and philanthropy. Professional reputation. People in the industry describe Natalie Portman with 3 recurring traits. Discipline. She prepares intensely for roles, often training months before production. Intelligence. She analyzes characters with academic precision. Integrity. She is selective, prioritizing roles that align with her values. Rather than celebrity, Portman projects the aura of an artist and intellectual. What makes her unique? She has maintained privacy and control over her image in a highly public industry. She balances academic pursuits, activism, and artistry at a high level. Her career shows evolution, from prodigy to star, to Oscar-winning artist to filmmaker. Natalie Portman, deep career expansion. Filmography highlights. Major milestones. Léon, The Professional, 1994, her debut. Portman played Matilda, a young girl who forms an unlikely connection with a hitman after her family is killed. Even at 12, she showed emotional depth and instinct beyond her age. Star Wars prequel trilogy, 1999 to 2005. She played Padmé Amidala, elegant, diplomatic, brave. This role transitioned her from indie drama into global blockbuster fame. Despite the massive attention, she stayed grounded, continued studying, and kept her personal life private. Garden State, 2004, a defining film of the 2000s indie era. She played Sam, a character full of warmth and eccentric optimism, a contrast to the darker roles she'd taken earlier. Closer, 2004, a bold role where she played Alice, a mysterious young woman entangled in toxic relationships. This performance showed her willingness to explore flawed, vulnerable, unpredictable emotional territory. It earned her a Golden Globe. V for Vendetta, 2005, she shaved her head on camera, a real, raw moment. Portman's role as Evie Hammond symbolized resistance, fear transformed into courage, and personal awakening. Black Swan, 2010, the transformation was total, physically, psychologically, emotionally. She trained like a professional ballerina, losing weight and learning to dance en pointe. Her performance explored obsession, fragility, and descent into madness. Result: Academy Award for Best Actress. Jackie, 2016, portraying Jacqueline Kennedy. She achieved a delicate balance of vulnerability and authority. Rather than imitate, she embodied the emotional weight of grief, legacy, and public scrutiny. Annihilation, 2018, a cerebral sci-fi film where she played a biologist confronting the unknown. Portman chose this project because it was intellectually challenging. It explores trauma, self-destruction, and identity. Thor series Marvel Cinematic Universe, 2011-present. In her return to Marvel, she played Mighty Thor, taking on the physicality of a superhero, a powerful shift from previous dramatic roles. Her process: how she builds a character. Portman approaches acting with an academic method. Research: she studies history, psychology, and real people to construct emotional authenticity. Physical transformation for Black Swan. Intensive ballet training for V for Vendetta. Shaved head for Jackie. Studied recordings and voice patterns. Character isolation: she often avoids socializing on set if her character is meant to feel alienated or emotionally disconnected. Her philosophy: I don't want to act the character, I want to become her emotionally. Natalie Portman as a cultural influence. Portman represents an unusual balance in Hollywood. She is a public figure without being a celebrity persona. Known for dignity, privacy, and professionalism. She refuses roles that sexualize young women or reduce female characters to stereotypes. Many young actors cite her as a role model because she shows you can be successful without losing integrity, be intelligent and artistic at the same time, control your image instead of letting fame shape.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.